Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. Touchdowns on liquid air, on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on, folks? What is going on? Yeah, we late tonight. We late. I know. My bad. Let's get some more light in the situation. But I wasn't even going to make a video, but so I said, let me go live because I don't feel like editing. I'm just being lazy. Then I saw the news about Mekhi Becton. I don't know when it came down, but I'm just now seeing it. So I was like, ugh. Because I was pulling for Mekhi Becton to stay in Philadelphia. I thought they would have gave him his best chance to succeed, but hey, man, money talks. Money talks. So the story is, and I pulled it from this particular website. Let me make myself smaller here. There we go. So, Tim McManus of ESPN reports that the Chargers have agreed to terms with offensive lineman Mekhi Becton on a 2-year contract. Becton is expected to play guard for the Chargers, just like he did for the Eagles. Becton, 25 years old, was a 3-year starter at Louisville and earned second-team All-American honors before being selected by the Jets with the number 11 pick in the 2020 draft. Becton signed a 4-year, $18.4 million rookie contract that included $10.9 sign-a bonus. The Jets declined his 5th-year option last year, and he eventually signed the 1-year tender with the Eagles. Played in 15 games, blah, blah, blah. They don't say anything about the contract. So nothing about the contract, just about him signing. And for whatever reason, man, I just thought that he was going to stay in Philadelphia. I liked what he did this year. Was he the best offensive guard? Not really. He made some mistakes, but he played above board and above expectations for somebody to go from tackle to guard. So he's not going to be on a Hall of Famer from one season, but he had a damn good season with the Philadelphia Eagles. And I was hoping, with everything that happened up in New York, that he would want to stay in Philadelphia. However, I do not begrudge that dude one little bit. Money talks. He earned it. That's another situation where he earned it. He earned that cash. What's going on, Big Daddy? What's going on? Simply ball dropping. What's up, K Sap? Pat Ryan. Um, where the memberships? I'm getting them. I'm getting them. You know what? I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna have them by Monday. Matter of fact, I might set them up tomorrow. So, but listen, Alex, Howie Roseman is willing to pay anybody, but and this is the but that everybody is forgetting. Howie has to get ready now for Jalen Carter. He has to, for the simple reason of what these two dudes just got. The guy, Max Crosby in Las Vegas, and Milt Williams. Milt Williams is the highest paid non-quarterback now in NFL's history. So he is getting ready for that now. Is Milt Williams better than Jalen Carter? No. Is Max Crosby better than Jalen Carter? No. Jalen Carter is going to break the bank. Howie is getting ready right now. He is getting prepared. He has to. You cannot do it same year. You got to set yourself up for that. And that's exactly what he's doing. He is trimming the fat. Now, I'll get into a little bit of my barbecue nerddom. If you've ever trimmed a brisket, you cut the fat off the top layer. You're supposed to leave about a quarter inch of fat on that top layer. And then depending on how you want to cook it, fat side up, fat side down. But my point is, when you trim that fat, sometimes you dig into the muscle a little bit. Sometimes you cut through the good meat. You can't avoid it. That's what Howie's doing. He is trimming the fat. Sometimes you got to cut. Sometimes you accidentally got to cut some good meat. You just have to do it. And this is the situation that we are in, because when you win the Super Bowl, everybody's cherry picking your team. Everybody. The same thing happened when we went to the Super Bowl in 22. We lost players in 23. But it wasn't such a big deal because we lost the game. Now all eyes are on us. We destroyed the Chiefs. And the defense is the main reason. And we've lost two of the best defensive linemen we've had in a while. And Brandon Graham is about to retire. So we basically in the same boat again. But everybody goes through this. Don't nobody keep the same team after going to the Super Bowl. So I believe Ojomo is ready to ball. This is his moment. Just like when Milt Williams had his moment, I think Ojomo is in the same vein. Not to mention anybody who is on the side of Jalen Carter. Somebody got to eat, because Jalen Carter demands a double team every game. We know that going forward. So the only thing you got to do is get somebody that can complement him. I like Jalix Hunt. Nolan Smith ain't going nowhere. So we got to get another defensive tackle or another edge. And there's a couple of good ones in the draft this year, and I think we'll be okay. No, I didn't like losing Sweat. No, I didn't like losing Milt Williams. But we knew it was coming, and Howie is preparing. Players at Big Daddy, 100%, bro. This is what happens. This is what happens. Folks got to get paid. Folks got to get paid. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it, Pat. It'll probably be somewhere around there, but don't be surprised if when that happens. Don't be surprised if next year the salary cap goes up a little bit more. It went up last year, so I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up another 10, 15 million again this time next year. So Howie will have even more room to work with, but all of that stuff is going to be equaled out because he's going to have to pay that money out to Jalen Carter. So if Jalen Carter stays healthy, just expect him to get the same thing that Milt Williams got or more. The bottom is Max Crosby. Because Jalen outplayed everybody, and the only thing he's doing is getting better. Only thing he's doing is getting better. So I don't know what the situation is with BG. I haven't heard anything yet, but based on the conversation and everything that he's had in the past, I would think he's gonna hang it up. But I don't know. I do not know. Nothing is guaranteed anymore. I thought he was gonna hang it up after he tore his tricep the first time. He ends up playing in the Super Bowl. So you know what I mean. So um, you never know until you know. Until I hear him say it, he's still on the team. So yeah, Mike, I'm with he. Yeah, Pat just said it, man. 50 million. It looks like that might be the going rate, and he earned it. He has earned it. And that's the thing I don't have no qualms about whatsoever. Number one, as a former player, get your money. Get your money. Number two, he earned it. He outplayed his rookie contract. Josh Sweat outplayed his contract. Milt Williams outplayed his contract. Zach Bond outplayed his contract. CJ Gardner-Johnson outplayed his contract. Slay outplayed his contract. How many times do you see that many people, that many starters on your team outplay their contract? Not where you can say, oh, he was pretty good. He did okay for us this year. No, everybody was balling. Everybody. Everybody on that defense was balling. N'Kobe was balling if he hadn't gotten hurt. Zach Bond and N'Kobe Dean was a duo nobody knew they wanted or needed. But them two together were balling. When they finally gelled together, they were hitting on all cylinders. And you can't ignore that. Cooper DeJean, rookie, lives up to expectation. Quinyon Mitchell. How are we gonna have two rookies that you could arguably put them in the running for a rookie of the year? Coop came on late in the season. Quinyon from day one was balling. If Quinyon, and I said this before, Jared Verse deserved defensive rookie of the year. The only reason Quinyon did not win that award was because Jared Verse had sacks and Quinyon did not get enough picks in the regular season. Now, he showed up and showed out in the playoffs, but in the regular season, he kept getting close. But he couldn't seal the deal. I think he ended up getting what, one pick for the season in regular season? He just couldn't, and Jared Verse was getting sacks. He was getting to the quarterback. So, but how many teams can you name where you had that many starters that were that good across the board? This defense is being compared with the Ravens defense, the Ray Lewis Ravens, and the 85 Bears. That's where you putting this defense, this gangrene defense, in that category. I'm not even sure if the Eagles defense, like the 91 Eagles defense, was this good. 90-91 when you had Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Clyde Simmons, Seth, Byron, Willie T, EA, Andre Waters, Wes Hop. You had all them dudes on one squad. That defense was tight. This defense is arguably better than that. If I can manage to get Seth on my cast, we gonna talk about that. So, but yeah, man, I didn't want to see Becton go. I wanted Becton to stay because I think he would have only gotten better. He'd have been, in my opinion, if he stays, he's an All-Pro next year because you got another year with Stoutland and you already got the answers to the test. So now you go out there, you go to the Chargers, you got to get a new coach, you got to get a new system, you got to learn everybody, you got to meet new people, you got to go through that whole process again. And you kind of your learning curve is still there. So we'll see how he makes out. But hey, I ain't mad at him. He earned it. 25 years old, Louisville dude. You know I got love for Louisville because I went to school right up the road at Eastern Kentucky. I used to go down to Louisville to party. So anybody from Kentucky, I got love for. So yeah, man, that's a good duo. That's a good duo. But they playing him at tackle. So we'll see how he does when he transitions back to tackle, because that's what he was having so many problems in New York. But coaching matters. Coaching matters. So hopefully he'll have a good system around him out there. You got the warm weather, you got the scenery, all of that type of stuff. So we'll see how he responds to that. So I wish the best for him, man. I liked him. I like Mekhi Becton. One of them dudes that didn't say nothing. The only thing he did was his job, and he did it well. Them the kind of dudes you want in your squad. So yeah, yep. And listen, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if they try to redo AJ's deal. Because a lot of times they trying to redo these deals so they can shuffle the money around. They don't want to get rid of the players. What they do is they try to find a way to give them whatever is remaining on their contract, give them that money up front. So maybe you can free up some stuff later on down the line, or however they maneuver it and switch it up. So don't be surprised if Howie's asking them questions. So that's what they do. Yes, Bam, they're gonna play him at tackle. It says that in the thing. It says that in the thing. Yep. He is going to play tackle. So we'll see how that works out for him. We'll see how that works out for him. But yes, he's going to play tackle. So he's going back, and hopefully he'll do a better job of it. Yeah, it is not easy to replace that type of mass. I agree 100%. It is not easy. But what you can do is find a good guard. Because guards are not usually 6'7", 6'8". Guards are usually quick people with good feet. Because guards are the ones that are pulling. Look at what Landon Dickerson did in the Super Bowl. He was moving all over the place. Got good feet. The tackles are the big boys. Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata. They big boys. They the bookends. The guards are the ones that got to move around and pull and stunt block and do a duo up to the second level, a reach block, or they're the ones that got to move their feet. Guards and centers. So are we going with Tyler Steen now? Looks like it. Or at least he'll be first out the limo when camp starts. So it's his job to lose. So Stoutland, Stoutland is another one that don't mess around. You got to be up for the job if you're going to play for him. Steen has some good games, and he was up and down. He had some good ones. He had some bad ones. But I look at it from the standpoint of everybody has that. Everybody gave up something. Mailata had bad games. Dickerson had bad games. Juergens had bad games. Mekhi Becton had a bad game. You guys, if you watch my videos, when we played that game in the snow against LA at home in the playoffs, Mekhi Becton was horrible. He did not have a good game that game. Not at all. So everybody gets a turn. Everybody gets a turn. A lot of people that could be eyeing, man. A lot of people that can be eyeing. And with the amount of picks that Howie has going into the draft this year and in 2026, he has got, last I checked, he had 21 picks between this year and next year. 21. where most teams don't have but 7 to maybe 8, if you're lucky. 21 picks. You know he trading. You know he trading. That's how you wheel and deal. You got Howie has the exchange rate in his favor. He got all of these picks. So he'll give up 2, maybe 3 picks and get a second or a third rounder, and then take that second or third round pick, add a couple more picks to it, and maybe you get back into the first round. Like, there's so many things that you can do when you have that many picks at your disposal. So I think he's in a good spot. We're gonna have it depends on what the class is too. Is it going to be a better quarterback class next year than it is this year? Because this year you only got 2 or 3. You got Cam Ward, Shador Sanders, and I know I'm forgetting the one kid. What's his name? I want to say I can't remember. But my point is, you got a limited. This year's draft class ain't blowing everybody out of the water at quarterback. So next year is the class going to be better? Is the defensive class going to be better? But what that does is that puts more value on those picks. And even if the draft class is not considered quote unquote great, as long as a team wants a particular player, maybe they don't think that player is going to be available at their pick. This is where Howie comes in. This is where the wheeling and dealing comes in. Howie could move picks and move up in the draft just to trade it to somebody else. So there's so much that can happen. This is a very nuanced conversation. You got a lot of moving parts that are still happening, and Howie's got a lot of chips in his tray, not on the table necessarily, because he only put them on the table if you're ready to play. He ain't ready to play yet. He just collecting all his chips. You know how you go to the casinos and you always see that one rich dude. He got the tray of chips. He ain't started playing blackjack yet. You just see how many chips are at the table. He get that big tray of chips, and they all $5,000 chips or $10,000 chips. That's a good story with that. I went to Vegas with Randall Cunningham, and I was in the MGM. This is when the MGM first opened. And I saw a guy in there. Clearly, he was from the Middle East. And he was playing $5,000 chips, and he had 2 trays of chips. Money. A lot of money. But Howie's building up his tray. So when he's ready to play and put the chips on the table, he has got plenty of currency to deal with. So listen, I'm not 88. I am not down on Bryce Huff. I like Bryce Huff. I thought Bryce Huff was trending in the right direction before he got hurt. So I am not down on Bryce Huff. I think he can still be a player. I think if Howie can find a way to package him, he will do that. But I think to me, Bryce Huff is a win-win. If we get rid of Bryce Huff, we get rid of that contract, we got more money to play with. And we get whatever picks we get. If we keep him, I think he's a good player and can pay dividends for us. So I think that's a win-win situation with us. Yeah, we losing a lot. We losing a lot. Yes, we are, but that's the way it go, man. This is you can't pay everybody. You can't pay everybody. You got to make some decisions. This is why Howie gets paid the big bucks. You got to make some decisions. And everybody's not going to like the decisions. Everybody goes through this, man. Everybody gets, well, I shouldn't say that because if you don't go to the Super Bowl, you don't go through this. Only the teams that go to the Super Bowl understand what's going on. That's why it's so hard to go back. That's why you got to give the Chiefs credit for going back to back to even be in a position to even say the word three-peat. You got to give them credit for that. It's hard to do. But yes, we lost a lot, and we lost a lot of because of Milt Williams and Josh Sweat, because they were so integral in our success on defense. It makes a bigger splash. But like I said, Ajomo, I think he'll be fine. Don't we still have Booker? When Booker had his opportunities, he made the most of them. What's going to happen when he starts? So I think we got some good guys waiting in the wings, man. And listen, nobody, and I mean nobody, has been better than Howie Roseman in the draft. Nobody. So all we got to do is trust in Howie. This is Howie season, the Wizard of Philadelphia. So we'll be okay. We'll be okay. The 2023 issue happened because that was a coaching issue. That was bad coaching. And then we went from worst to first when it comes to defense. And I don't expect it to be any different because, and I keep saying this, I am putting Vic Fangio on the same level as Jeff Stoutland. Both of them are right here now. Meaning, whenever Stoutland gets somebody in here, I don't care who it is. We just got that guy from the Texans. Coaching matters. And when we get whoever and we get them with Jeff Stoutland, things tend to change. They was laughing at us when we got Mekhi Becton, and you see what he did with that. Vic Fangio is in the same boat. Anybody that tells you that, yeah, I knew Zach Bond was going to be, stop lying. Stop lying. Stop lying. Everybody knew Zach Bond was a special teamer. Period. That's it. That's it. When I watched film on him, me and Tone talked about this. He was going to be a dark horse. He was going to do some things. Did I expect him to do what he did to be Defensive Player of the Year? And I'm calling him that because he should have won that award. Nobody expected that. Nobody saw that coming. That was not on anybody's vision board or bingo card. No. You was hoping he would be good or almost good or good enough. Not that. So you know what? Again, he earned his paper. He earned his money. So, Kev, I got to go back and look at Green, man. I ain't going to trash him yet because just like I said, they said the same stuff about Becton when we got Becton. The Jets were quick to get rid of a first pick in the draft. He was the Jets' first pick. So coaching matters. A change in scenery matters. So I'm not gonna put that on. You know why? One of my good friends, man, Mike Mamula. I remember all the stuff that people said about Mike Mamula. And he was a bust and this, that, and the other. I was like, look up his stats. Look up his stats. Mike Mamula was not a bust. He had a good career. He put up some decent stats. He was not a bust. But everybody wanted him to be the next Reggie White or something like that. And that wasn't going to happen. But to call him a bust because he didn't, he wasn't Hall of Fame worthy, you can't do that. You can't do that. Same thing with Mekhi Becton. And it could be the same thing with this dude Green. Because listen, Howie is not going to just pick up anybody. Jeff Stoutland had to approve that. Jeff Stoutland had to put his seal of approval on that deal. And if Stout is good with it, I'm good with it. I'm good with it. And again, Who you'd be hard pressed to name one of our offensive linemen that didn't get better when they left here. Whether they got traded, we didn't pick up their contract, whatever the situation was. You name me an offensive lineman that we've had since Stoutland's been here that didn't get better with Stoutland. There's probably a few, but it's few and far between. Everything that Stoutland touches gets better. And I don't see why this dude should be any different. So I see you, Marcus, with a C. That's what's up. Stout is a Philly. That is a ginormous understatement. That is a ginormous understatement. Jeff Stoutland is otherworldly, man. Otherworldly. When we were thinking about, and this is what I heard, when we were thinking about getting Cliff Kingsbury wanted to bring in his own staff, which I understand if you're going to be the offensive coordinator. However, if bringing in your own staff means getting rid of Jeff Stoutland, no thank you. Peace. Good luck in Washington. You had a good year this year. We ain't getting rid of Stout. Nope. Teflon. He is not to be touched. Big Dom, get the goons ready. Nobody touches Stoutland. He doesn't go nowhere. That's a coach where you back up the Brinks truck for him if he wants it. You don't lose something that good. You just don't. You just don't. So, yeah, I keep hearing that, man, but I'm gonna wait and see. People were starting to look at Nolan Smith like he could be bust material. Nakobe Dean was supposed to be bust material. Nah, let him play. You learn a lot. You got to let him play. They got to play it out. Becton was a better guard. However, I'd be curious to see how he would have done at tackle under Stoutland. But he ain't going to take Lane Johnson's job. Not going to happen. Possibly. I don't know about that, though. That's hard to say because you don't know what they teach them. You don't know what techniques, what rules. So that's a hard one to pin down. Yeah, he's playing guard. It says that in the ad. He's playing guard, which is smart for him. Yep, correct. Only good thing Chip Kelly did. Yeah, I did see that. That's why. Listen, man, it's a you don't get too many coaches like that, man. So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen, man. I'm okay with the moves we're making, and I don't understand what everybody thought was going to happen after winning the Super Bowl. It happened when we lost the Super Bowl. What do you think going to happen when we win? You knew we was going to get poached. You knew it. Ain't nothing you can do about it. So the only thing we can do is get ready and watch how we manipulate this draft. That's all you can do. And I keep saying it. You know what? I might have to make t-shirts because I have supreme confidence in Howie Roseman. Supreme confidence. I'm not worried about what's going to happen in the draft in the least. So we are in good shape. Sorry to see Mekhi Becton go, but facts over feelings. We knew it was going to happen. Or finances over feelings. I ain't mad at him. Make your money. You earned it. And we got to see what's coming up next. Who's the next guy? You mean to tell me Bryce Huff ain't going to have a chip on his shoulder? We just wrote the blueprint for the whole league at every position. Now, running quarterbacks know they can get paid if they play the right way. Offensive linemen know they can get paid if they play the right way. Defensive tackles, defensive edges know they can play and get paid if they play the right way. The running back market has been reset. And basically what Saquon did was he just moved up the floor a little bit because it's not going to change too much for running backs. That's going to take a little bit more time. But what he did was he raised the ceiling just a little bit. So now the bottom, or I'm not the ceiling, but he raised the floor just a little bit. Because my position was going extinct. We barely have fullbacks anymore. Everything you run, is out of gun formation. That's the first thing I looked at when I was watching film on AJ Dillon. How does he run out of gun formation? He's a 250-pound back. He's Henry size. So how does he run out of gun formation when he's not in I or ace or pistol? How does he run? And he looked pretty good in both situations. So it'll be feasible. We got Saquads and we got Quadzilla. We in good shape. What do you think our brotherly shove is going to look like with a 250-pound running back that can squat 600? The squat brothers are, man, they wrecking shop. They wrecking shop. So we in good shape, man. I have no concerns right now. None. We got a good young core. I didn't want to see CJ Gardner-Johnson leave either, but I understand. I'm good with Sid Brown. I want to see Sid Brown is fast. Sid Brown is physical. You already know I like Keely Ringo. I've been waiting for him to get more play time. And another young player, Keely Ringo is only 25. I feel like he's like 25, 26 years old. He only 23. So this kid, another year under Vic Fangio, and he's only going to get better. So I want to see him play. You already know he's physical. He got great size. He's a 4.3 guy. He ran a 4.37 at the combine at 6'2". Come on. You mean he got reach and turnover? Yes, sir. Put that man in the game. So you mean to tell me we're gonna have Quinyon, Coop, Blankenship, and Keely Ringo. I'm good with that. I got to look at film on Adoree Jackson. I don't know. Are they looking to do the same thing with him that they did with Bradbury? Because for as much criticism as Bradbury got last year, rightfully so, 22, he was balling. He was solid. So hopefully we can get that same type of play. BMO, I just think the situation with Huff, they did Huff like they did Hassan Reddick. It took 4 to 5 weeks for them to just be comfortable with the fact that Hassan Reddick needs to be on the line rushing the passer. And when they finally put him there, like I get pissed off because he should have had 24, 25 sacks that year. But the first 4 weeks of the season, they kept dropping him back in coverage. Man, let that man put his hand in the dirt and do what he does best. And they waited. And it cost Hassan Reddick some sacks. I truly believe that. I believe he could have had 4 or 5 more sacks if they would have started from day one playing him with his hand in the dirt. Huff was in the same boat. So I think it'll be a different year this year where he's here from the beginning. And Vic Fangio knows what to do with him. He knows him now. So I'm expecting the results to be a little bit better than this previous year. Absolutely. Or he can just be trade bait. Who knows? So Okay. Okay. You down in Georgia? You down in Atlanta? I got a twin down there, twin sister. I'm a fan of Keely Ringo though, so I'm good. You see, they're gonna get rid of Britton Covey, Crash Test Covey. He's gone. They just signed that special teamer. Um, so he'll not too much sweat off the back, but he making moves. How he making moves? He's making moves. I think we'd be good. You know what, man? I might have to switch to this late format, man, because my numbers is a little bit better than normal, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. My numbers are a little bit better than normal. Usually I could be right around 30 to 40. Now I'm averaging 35 to 45. A little bit later. I must have a lot of love from the West Coast, Midwest and the West Coast. Everybody in the chat, put where you from. Like if you're on the East Coast or you're in the middle, you in like Missouri, Nebraska, you in LA, you in Cali. Let me know where you are right now. Put that in the chat. But we gonna be good. We gonna be in good shape. Chris 3K, Inglewood always up to no good. All right, Bam, Dale County, you from Delco. I'll have to send you some, go to the Apple store and at the mall and give me some tax free. Portland, Oregon. I got a big sis out in Portland. Central Philly, North Carolina. North Carolina, guess what? North Carolina, William Galbraith is barbecue season, bro. Have to send me some of that North Carolina barbecue, or at least some of that sauce. Jameer Adams in Connecticut. All right. I see you down in VA, down in the DMV, just outside of Philly. Pat Ryan, Montgomery County. Okay. Okay. Another DMVer. All right. All right. KGK, Birmingham, Alabama. Down in Alabama. Yes, sir. What? Ulrich Manning is from Jamaica, the West Indies. What is up? Send me a conch salad, my dude. That's what's up. That's what's up. We getting worldwide, bro. Ulrich, what you doing, man? I need you to get the whole island listening to me, man. I need the whole West Indies listening to Pro Fan Talk. Bring them on. That's what I want. Appreciate you, man. All my people in the DMV. Um, I don't know if you guys that are new with me, because I've told this story before, but when I was in college, my senior year, I ran track. That was my way of getting ready for the combine. I started running track. I ran indoor and outdoor, and that was the most fun I ever had when I was in college, man. And most of my teammates was from DMV. Most of my teammates was from Baltimore, from all over, from VA, all over the place, man. And my frat brother, one of my Sands, I'm an Alpha, by the way, Alpha Phi Alpha. But one of my Sands from DC, we ran in pen relays. And they was from here. And I remember we get here, my first time in Philadelphia. This is when I knew I wanted to come to Philly. Um, getting ready the track meet, getting ready to walk to the stadium. And my Sands was like, yo, let's get up, let's go get something to eat and get ready for this, what we gotta run. So he was like, we're gonna get up and we're gonna walk over to Wawa. First time I'd ever heard that before. I didn't know I'd never heard the term Wawa before. So I was like, wait, what did you say? Like he had to repeat it 3 times. I didn't catch him. He was like, we going to Wawa. I was like, what the hell is a Wawa? Never heard of it. I'm from Cincinnati. We had United Dairy Farmers, UDF, and 7-Eleven. So yeah, man, that was my thing, man. That was my introduction. Um, Lincoln Financial West. I like that. LF West. Okay. Killer Cali in the house. All right. All right, King Shed. I appreciate that. Um, what do I think about Seth Joyner said about Sidney Brown? What did he say? I missed it. What did he say? Is that what he said on Good Morning Football this morning? I like Sid Brown, so he's another one I want to see play. If he hadn't gotten hurt, um, he would have had a lot more play time. But I think Sid Brown is ready. So we were our defense was playing the way they was playing. C.J. Garner Johnson was balling. Slay was balling. Um, so you had to put him on the back burner, especially after coming off that injury. But I think he's going to be even ready because he had limited snaps. So you got a little bit more time to heal. And then when he gets in the game, what didn't he get kicked out of that game when he got in the fight? So yeah, he's good. He's good. Sarah Frisbee Sims, Wilmington, Delaware. Yep, yep, yep. My college career began in Delaware. We came up here in 1989. I was with Eastern Kentucky, and we played Delaware State. And our starting running back got hurt, and that was the first time I got on the field, and I never came off against Delaware State. I think I had like 12 carries, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns or something like that. And I was 2 yards short of 100 yards, and I broke some type of. I had ended a record. We had like umpteen games where a running back had like 100 yards or something like that. And I stopped the record because I only had I didn't play the whole game. So I did not get 100 yards. I got close, but that was the start of my career at Delaware State. So and of course, taking trips up to the Monster Mile. It's always good. Yes, I'm a NASCAR fan. Born in Montgomery County. Okay, okay. Up in Norristown. Yeah, Sydney, a real one. He a real one. He'll come up and hit you. He'll come up and hit you. But I don't like, and I guess you get this from guys that are real fast and real physical. Sidney Brown got the Marcus Epps disease. If you remember when Marcus Epps was here, Marcus Epps was a good safety, right? But Marcus Epps would light you up, but he would always duck his head and drop his head. And I was like, you got to see what you hit, man. That's a technique thing. You got to see what you hit. Keep your head up. Because when you drop your head, that's how you get concussions. Okay. I was impressed. Yeah, I like Ringo and I like Sydney. And listen, I always like Keely Ringo. But when I was covering the combine, I went back and looked at his combine performance, and I was like, "Yo, I did not realize this dude ran a 4.37 and a 6.2 and can jump out the gym." I was like, "Yo, and he only 23." Yeah, we got a good one waiting in the wings, so we gonna be good when it come to that. I am not. Yes, you are correct. People are worried about replacing C.J. Garner Johnson. Um, you don't need you need it, but you don't need it. Attitudes manifest themselves in different ways. So we got enough talkers on that defense. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. He was in there, but he was out. Because I don't think Isaiah Rogers he played well, but he didn't play great. But I think Isaiah Rogers would have been a lot better if he would have been, getting snaps with the ones from day one. So but you couldn't get Slay off the field. Slay was balling, dude. Slay was balling. Ulrich. Randall Cunningham was my favorite QB, then Jalen Hurts. Yeah, man. RC. Randall was my host my rookie year. Um Randall had me to his house for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Because I'm from Cincinnati, what they would do is they would task all of the vets. Take somebody if you got a rook at your position, make sure he got somewhere to be on Christmas, New Year's, all of that type of stuff. So I had Thanksgiving and Christmas at Randall Cunningham's house. So um, I think Ringo can start if he can just work on his footwork and coverage. listen, stuff like that, it happens when you get reps. So in camp, when you get reps and you keep going and when you just get out there and play, because you don't really understand if you the second string and you running reps with the twos or even the threes, the limited amount of reps that you get. Basically, you waiting for somebody to get hurt because normally during the week it's a 3-1. The ones run three, the backups run one. So there is something about getting your timing together and understanding the pace of different plays and knowing your personnel. Because I've been a part of that, man, where you get in the game and you amped up because you in the game, and then you hit the hole too fast. I remember I did that when I was in Scotland in the World League. Got in the game, and it was my guard, my right guard was pulling, and I hit the hole too fast. And he said it. He was like, "You never practiced that before." I was like, "Nope." And it's just you gotta get practice with the ones and get your reps in and practice, because practice is all about getting your timing together, getting your footwork together, things of that nature. You got to get that together because it matters. So I think uh Keely Ringo practicing with the ones and getting those type of reps when you're going against AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, and you getting that type of work every day, you can't help but get better. Can't help but get better. So I'm happy with Keely Ringo. I'm happy with Sid Brown. I can't wait for these guys to light it up, because I think we got a young nucleus on our defense now, and the transition is going to be deadly. The transition is going to be deadly. Jalen Carter is the point of the spear. Jalen Carter is the point of the spear. And you got all of that backup help with Quinion and Coop and Sid and Ringo and whoever else they're going to bring in, because you already know we're going to have somebody else that we ain't even talking about, or we don't even know, or that they ain't even signed with the team yet. We're going to get another addition at the draft right before camp. We're going to bring in other free agents because you got extra bodies in camp, and somebody going to show up and show out. It's like, where did this dude come from? We're going to get another Zach Bond. I think Uche might be there, because he's another one kind of lost in the sauce, coming from Kansas City, playing behind Moreau and Bolton. Now, what did I say? Moreau, not Moreau. What's the other linebacker? Nick Bolton and what's the other linebacker in Kansas City? But you're talking about Uche. He might be. We might be reloading Zach Bond. And again, Vic Fangio get his hands on him. Good things happen. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Slay Rogers or Ringo could have started this year. But listen, y'all got to understand how good Slay was at 34 years old. Bruh. 34 years old. And I was worried because it seemed like every other game he was hobbling off the field and something got nicked up, and that's just age catching up with you. But when Slay was on the field, Slay was balling at 34 years old. I don't think people understand how impressive that is at his position, running with them young boys. Because Slay is fast. And people dismissed it. People dismissed it because he came up hobbling. I remember 2 years ago in 22, that Super Bowl run in camp, when we went to scrimmage with the Dolphins, and he ran with Tyreek Hill. They legs got tangled up, and he ended up hobbling off out of the drill. But he legit ran with Tyreek Hill, and I said, I ain't know he had it in him. And that was when he was 31. So all props to Slay, man. Slay was balling. Slay was balling. Is Slay a Hall of Famer? I didn't look into that, man. I never thought about that. He played a while. He had a good run. So, and is he going to play his 2 years in Pittsburgh? I don't know. He might decide to call it quits after one. But I'm gonna have to look at his stats. 88s, I don't know. Pierce, that edge from what's his name? Last name is Pierce. He ran like a 4.47 defensive end. But I got a strong suspicion that Howie Roseman is going to trade out of that pick. I'm telling you, he plotting. He is getting ready for the Jalen Carter move. Why the Raiders didn't get Becton? Yep. Yeah, man, I'm with you, man. The new bloodline. These young boys are balling, man, and they got confidence. They got confidence, and you got young boys you got young boys teaching young boys because you got Quinyon, Coop, and Reed Blankenship. Reed Blankenship ain't a young boy no more. He didn't start it for 3 years, and he's another one, undrafted free agent. You know, I got love to all the 1AA dudes. He went to Middle Tennessee, so we got a young nucleus in that defensive backfield. That's going to be deadly. So, absolutely, Pat. And there's always a team looking to move up. There's always a team looking to move up, especially if their guy is still there. And if you're willing to move up and give up a pick or something like that, they'll make it happen. So, once again, trust Howie. Trust Howie. So, first team All Pro, 6 Pro Bowls, and it's at 27 big play. Yeah, how many picks did he have for a career? Because I think he would have a good argument, especially now that he's a Super Bowl champion. He's been to the Super Bowl twice and he got a ring. So usually that's the thing that puts people over the top when it comes to the Hall of Fame. So he's in there. He's in there. He's in the I gotta check his stats for real. I want to know how many picks he had for a career. Is AJ Brown a Hall of Famer? If AJ continues on the same trajectory, yes. For the same reasons. Because he had the stats, you know he's gonna ball. And he's a Super Bowl champion. That immediately elevates everybody. If Jalen Hurts stays on this same trajectory, yes. AJ Brown, yes. Devontae Smith, yes. Slay, yes. Slay, I think you could give a good argument because he's had a long career at defensive back and he's played at a high level. He has not played down. I mean, 2023 was a down year, but that was coaching. That wasn't because of Slay. But I think again with him winning the Super Bowl, that puts you in another category. Because people forget, we kind of get lax and lazy and we think everybody wins the Super Bowl. You know, and I got to remind myself, Tom Brady with Randy Moss could not win the Super Bowl. The best wide receiver this game has ever seen and the best quarterback this game has ever seen. They couldn't win the Super Bowl together. It is difficult. I don't know if y'all heard my conversation with Irvin Fryer. Irvin Fryer, 17 years in the league, went to one Super Bowl and lost to the 85 Bears. He caught the only touchdown. They lost, what, 35-10 or whatever it was? It is supremely difficult to make it to the Super Bowl, let alone win it, let alone repeat, let alone three-peat. It is difficult to make it. So, thank Bird. I was hoping we were. It was always out there. I was hoping upon hope. I was hoping we would get it, but it didn't work out. I'm glad he got his paper. Glad he got his paper. So, but yeah, man. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. We'll get up out of here. It is 12 o'clock. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to bed. In case I be clowning me, saying I'm staying up too late. But I tell you what, I like this feedback that I'm getting on this late hour. So because I got so many people from overseas and on the West Coast, maybe I might start going later. Maybe that'll work. So let me know. I got some things in the works. Next Thursday, um, I will be at the Eagles lounge party so we can go down there and take pictures of the new Super Bowl trophy. So all the alumni gets invited. We can bring our families and stuff like that. So I'm bringing my grandson, my nephew, and one of my best friends, and we're gonna go down there, have a good time, take a bunch of pictures. So I will definitely have some content for you. I don't know how it's gonna be because I'm thinking about, do I want to try to stream live while I'm at NovaCare? I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know how I got to call them and talk to the media team and see if it's even something that they want us to do, because I don't want to step on any toes. But I definitely am going to get some footage, definitely going to have a ton of pictures. And if it is possible for me to live stream while I am there, I'm going to do that. It is set. It is Thursday, this coming Thursday from 6 to 8. So I'm looking forward to that. So should have a good time. So look for that content. That should be fun. That should be fun. But man, this has been one of the best conversations we done had in a while, man. I appreciate y'all because I just turned it on and started streaming live. I didn't promote. I didn't do a thumbnail. I didn't do none of that. I might do a thumbnail after the fact, but I just appreciate y'all showing up, man. So make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And do me a favor, tell your friends about me. Next time you come, bring a friend. Next time you come, bring a friend. And to my man down there in Jamaica in the West Indies, man, I want the whole island watching my podcast, man. You got a job to do. I want the whole island, everybody in Jamaica, in the West Indies, watching Pro Fan Talk. Make it happen. Make it happen. But everybody, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. Uh, thank Bird Gang, K Shelton, 88s, Kev PRF, Miguel Montijo. Who else? Dewad Jones, K. Anthony Shelton, Pat Ryan, Be More Careful, Ulrich Manning, everybody, man. I appreciate y'all to death. Appreciate the love. Dirty Sith 273, everybody. Bam Man 100. Everybody coming in the chat, man. This chat was fire tonight, man, and I appreciate that, man. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I will have some content tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna go live. Trying to get my graphics together, so I'm really utilizing Opus Clips. So I'm putting a lot of stuff together with Opus Clips because I need that time. I gotta redoing my office because I'm about to get another computer in here. I'm trying to get some new graphics together for when the NCAA tournament starts, because Selection Sunday starts Sunday, right? So the tournament's going, and I cover the NCAA women's, so I'll be doing that. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and start another channel just strictly for hoops. I'm gonna keep this the regular Pro Fan Talk. I'm gonna keep that all about the Eagles. So we got some things we moving and shaking, man, and there's always room on my squad, man. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I appreciate you. I love you. God loves you. Keep doing your thing. Be careful this weekend, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Go Birds.